Hello.
Hello.
That's always like so hyped up, like I'm ready to do
Right,
this, and
yeah, like I'm ready to go play box somebody, fight somebody or
right.
something.
And then we come on, it's just y'all two.
It's just like, oh, so y'all are just sitting there?
Yeah,
It's
there's no
like,
action going on.
should we like be surprised or do we need to like hype it up some more?
I think we should hype it up
I think
next
so.
time. We're gonna work on that.
Yeah,
Put a
we're
pin in it.
we're definitely working on that. And you'll notice that we're -1 right now. He's having some I don't know if he's even having technical difficulties. I think he's just having some difficulties right now. So
He's having difficulties with his tardiness. That's what his problem
right,
is.
exactly. But that's okay. We don't need him anyway.
Hi,
We've got
Mikey.
this. Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up there,
What's
Mikey?
going on, Mikey?
Welcome to the show. And you know, during the whole time that our intro was going, I was trying to share the show and I
Oh,
could
were
not
you?
do it.
I
Yes.
don't share it because of the comments, and then we can't see them, and then blah blah blah. And so, well, thanks for checking in on us. I hope you're well.
Right. No.
Are
He's-
you excited? Was that like a good no, Jamie, or oh no, Jamie?
yeah, exactly. Oh,
Hi, Dolores.
welcome. Welcome.
Look, Chon said y'all came on right before bedtime.
Exactly. John, did you fall asleep watching us? Are we that good that we help you fall asleep to do that?
Right?
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing,
I
really.
want to say we're like Bob Ross because Bob Ross, I love Bob Ross, but I also love to fall take a nap to Bob Ross as well.
Right. Yeah,
He's so soothing.
it's very soothing. I think he was like the very original ASMR type
Yes,
person.
I mean, oh, I love him. Hi, Rain.
Oh,
And oh, it's a
it's a
sad
sad.
no, Jamie.
Oh, he'll
Oh,
be here. He'll be
he'll
here.
be here, and
So,
then you'll regrets it.
yeah. Right. You'll be like, "Did he have to come on?"
Right?
Yeah, and then
We were doing so good without him.
it's
Just kidding,
crazy.
Jamie. Hurry up and get here.
Yeah, hurry up because we're like stalling and we're not, we kind of have to get through this. So,
Right.
Sandy, how was your day?
So my day was good. I ended up meeting my friend Cassie, and well, you know Cassie. She was one of your pupils. She might still be.
Maybe.
She's a farmer's agent,
Oh, okay.
and
Did
she
she take one
takes
of my
photography
classes?
class. Maybe you know as
Oh,
Cassandra. Maybe
it's possible. I'm so bad with names.
you're not as bad as Jamie, but you're bad.
Right, exactly.
So anyway, it was so funny because I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, I've been trying to do like a happy. Y'all know I've been trying to do a happy hour for however long, and they shut us back down and all that stuff. So we finally got to meet for dinner, so that was really good. And I did a lot of talking to contractors today and
Contractors.
for our house. Remember I told you
Oh,
our
that's right.
inspection?
So did you? Oh, about getting the stuff corrected.
Yes.
Are you actually going to replace the roof?
No, no, not only no, but hey, I'm not.
You're like,
I
mm-mm.
It's so insane, honestly. The roof is in great shape. It's only 4 years old. But yeah, we're not doing that. And you know what, guys? I thought gutters, okay, so I thought gutters were super expensive. And so they're not that bad. So we're gonna do gutters
Really?
all around the house. Yeah.
Isn't it so crazy? Because when I was growing up, I remember having to clean out the gutters at my house, but they are not very prevalent here in Texas.
I know. So that's what we were talking about when we were out there looking. I was like, nobody in my neighborhood has gutters.
Right.
Nobody.
Because
But
it
there are
never rains here, people.
exactly. Like you're gonna have a gutter full of dirt. And I was gonna say leaves, but that's a lie.
Yeah,
We
because
don't have leaves.
we don't even have leaves. Right.
No. So, but anyway, yes. So we're gonna do gutters and I'm excited about it because I mean I was gloom and doom. Hey,
Hey, keep going. I was
I was
listening.
I was gloom and doom about it, and then my realtor made me feel so much better, and so now we're good.
I
Okay.
told you the gutters weren't going to be that much.
I really thought that they were. I mean, Joe, just on average, what do you think gutters would cost?
I was guessing anywhere from the $800 or $900 range.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I was like thinking $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
You know I'm worst case scenario.
Right. Exactly. That runs in your family.
Yes,
So.
it does. So we go to the extreme. No, but you know what? Eric was telling me that he had gotten when we were looking at putting up a pergola, we looked at it getting put up professionally. And the guy was like going to charge like $8,000. And then 2 of it was going to be for a gutter.
2,000 of it was going to be for the gutter.
Yes. Yeah. It's insane. That's why I had in my head, like, oh my gosh, if I have to put gutters all around my house, it's going to be $5,000.
Also, now you can get the pergola.
She already has a pergola.
We have a pergola.
It was
Well, there you
professionally
go.
done by the assistant.
It was professionally installed.
Ah, nice.
It had professional supervision.
Yes.
You?
Of course, girl. But anyway, so today was a much better day.
Good.
How about you, Joe?
Oh man, I had so much fun today. So much fun.
Because today's the producer's birthday.
Oh,
Yes.
happy birthday, producer.
Yes, that's it. That's part of it. So besides that, we had lots of fun. We went to dinner, and that was awesome. And then we went to HEB to check out the new store, and we walked around, and I got some really cheap roast. It was like $1.77 a pound.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you should go there, Sandy, and
Hey,
pick some up.
Mikey. What's up, John?
Carrie said this was my response to the entire inspection to the people who bought my folks. No, take it or leave it. Goodbye. They bought it.
Right, exactly.
That's great.
Josh, I can see your comments.
Or can everyone not see any
It
comments?
depends if you're watching it through Jamie's live
Or yours.
or the actual Facebook page.
Yeah.
So you have to actually watch on the Social Undistancing Facebook page, and that's where you can see
Wait.
all the comments.
You mean where they can see all the comments?
Yeah, where they can see all the comments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I also got to teach high school students about portrait photography.
Oh,
and it
Well,
was
you
how
mentioned
cool
that
is that?
yesterday.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun. They
I
were
love
really
how you
receptive.
snuck that in there. You just said sometime this
Right.
week, and bam, it happened today.
Yeah, and then
Boom.
I'm helping out tomorrow because it's they do that block scheduling. So she has another class, and so she wanted me to come do that one as well. So it's gonna be fun.
Take a
It was
look.
fun.
Cool.
So the cool
So
thing is they're
were they
taking pictures of
engaged?
each other, and I'm gonna be the judge of all their photos. And she's gonna give
Ooh,
extra
they don't
credit.
even know what they're in for yet. huh?
Judge Judy Joe over there.
Exactly. I'm gonna put the knockdown on them fools. I'm like, no,
Roll
that
your
sucks.
eyes at them.
Right, exactly.
Face palm.
I told him, I was like, I'm not here to crush your dreams, but I will tell you if your photo sucks.
Oh, okay.
I like Joe's style.
I will tell you to don't quit your day job, kids.
Yep.
So here's some
Yikes.
birthday wishes coming in for the producer. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you,
Yes,
Tron.
please. If you see the producer or if you know the producer, please tell her happy birthday. She turned 26 today.
Oh, so she's a year older.
She's
than me.
robbing the cradle.
She's a year older than me, so that's a thing.
That's how it always goes.
That's how it works.
Amy, how was your day?
It was okay.
Okay.
All right, great.
Sorry.
Thanks for
Kinda-
coming. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for shopping at Kmart.
Is it Josh or Joshua?
Y'all
Josh.
loved HEB?
Yeah. So yeah, it was really cool. We've been twice now, but they have like this little plant area that Chris got a couple of things from today. So we went there, and then they have a lot more meat selection, and so that was cool. And what else? It's just big. It's ginormous.
Is it?
Is it
Yeah.
new, I guess?
Yeah, it's
Man,
brand
'cause
new.
y'all
Relatively?
eventually will have one in y'all's hood.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting for, because having to drive all the way out to 114 from my house is
It's like going to Leveland.
it's a little bit of a trip out there.
Yeah.
Oh, how far is it from your place?
Well, I live on 17th Street and on the west side of town, and 114th and Quaker, so it's more on the northeast side of town. So
Southwest,
it's-
southeast.
Yeah, southeast. Sorry.
Wow, I'm impressed, Sandy.
I've been really working really hard on that.
Right.
I had to tell a contractor what side of the house the damage was on.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, focus, Sandy, focus. So, but Eric had to tell me anyway. So, just when I thought I was going to get it right.
So, Jamie, are you ready?
Yep, we are.
Okay. Hey, Jamie,
Yes.
who do we have on the show today?
everyone. So I had this idea. Let me tell y'all. I was having a heated conversation with a friend of mine some time ago.
Heated.
Yes. Okay.
Strongly worded.
Very
Spirited.
strong. And you know, I'm
Melted the
very
snow.
spirited. And yes, I love to have heated exchanges when I can. I don't like being a jerk, and I'm not. But this was a conversation in the heat of the conversation. This guy dropped some knowledge on me, and I was like, okay, let's take a time out. You want to come on my show and talk about that actually? Because that was really interesting stuff. And he was like, huh? And I was like, really? That was really cool stuff. And so he was like, I don't know. Let me get back to you. It took too long. So I went out and found someone who I thought could talk about it. And after talking with him this week, Eric Abbe was like, yeah, I can talk. And then he started telling me, I was like, all right, stop. We save it for the show. Let's save it for the show because that was really cool information. And I don't want to know as much as you already told me. So if you just wait a minute.
Because we save stuff for the show in case y'all haven't learned. We want to talk, even in the green room, we don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
We're just like this.
2 minutes left.
Yeah.
And now I even tell Eric, I'm like, just save it for the show. He's like, I'm not even on the show. Oh, okay. Well, tell me. I guess I'll listen.
Sandy's like, shoot.
I gotta listen to you now.
I thought he would be like, oh yeah, I'll come on. So anyway, everyone, without further ado, let us welcome Eric Abbe to the show.
Woohoo!
What's happening, Eric?
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, that looks very familiar to me.
Yeah, I'm in Sandy's old studio here.
Oh, so that was back from season 1. Look at y'all. That was in the West Wing, wasn't it?
That
Right.
was in the West.
Here, this is now my my lovely office as I work from home. So
Oh, let's see that. So, what is that in the background? Because that wasn't there last season.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. The arrow was
Oh.
not.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Oh.
all this stuff's been there for
Yes, it
4
was.
years.
Right.
I don't know about that.
Nothing
I
on
think
that.
y'all are just pulling one on us.
No, promise. You can go back and look. If Linda, are you on the show? Because I'm going to take that down and I'm going to drop it off to you if you still want that frame. Because I know we had talked about it season 1. I've never forgotten. So Linda, if you're in the
Aw.
comments, let me know because I can drop that off to you.
Linda, we're praying for you. Okay.
Back here, I'll get it.
No, it'll pull off the wallpaper. It'll leave a hole in the wall.
Oh, we don't want that. We definitely don't want that.
Right. So,
Oh,
are you ready to ask?
I am.
We're
I
like-
just realized that my Venmo was wrong, guys. So fill it in while I fix that real quick.
Oh, okay. So, Eric, tell us what you do besides being the assistant to Miss Sandy.
Yeah, so other than my day job being Sandy's assistant, I also kind of moonlight sometimes working in the oil and gas industry here in lovely West Texas. So, the as most people probably that are familiar with our show or with y'all's show and
Oh wait, time out.
that
We
are
don't know
from-
enough. We want you to tell us a little bit about yourself first. Even though everyone already knows, except for people like Mikey and Josh, who are newer to the season.
That's what he was telling us, Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. Continue on. Continue on.
Yeah,
we've
so-
done. Hey, Jamie, we've done this show a couple times with you. So we've done this show a couple times with you. I think we kind of understand how it goes.
Thank you. Appreciate that. See, that's why I can do a show by myself. That'd have been really embarrassing if it was just me and Eric.
Right, because you were like, I just did that.
So tell us a little bit about you, Eric.
Right, exactly.
So rewind.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
Yeah, so I work out here. My main gig for real though is working out in they call it the oil patch out here in West Texas. It's major industry out here in this area of the Permian Basin. Right here where we live in Lubbock is kind of on the northern edge of it, so may not be as visible here. So maybe can shed some light on it. But other than that, I'm married to Sandy here.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
When convenient.
Inconvenient.
And I heard all that stuff she was talking about me when I was, previously on this.
What did I say?
I was in the green room.
When I was in the green room.
You mean how you built the pergola?
Yeah.
So you are a jack of all trades, it seems.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Master of none.
Yeah, I like
Is that the area that you're working?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so that's a map of some of the oil formations in the Permian Basin here. Trying to
zoom in.
I'm trying to zoom in.
So right there in that corner where you're at.
Click on the 3 dots in the top right. There, and then zoom. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see right there where it says New Mexico, Texas line right there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your, the little, if everybody does this for Texas, that's that piece right there.
Right.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Right there.
So down to the southeast just a bit there is Midland, Odessa, and then up north is where we're at. We're kind of on the northern edge. I think Lubbock County is where those 2 parallel lines run through.
Right here. That's probably the what do you call it? Railroad.
Lubbock County, I think, right there. Yeah.
Nice.
So
this is where oil's at. Yeah.
So those are. Yeah. So the Central Basin Platform, Delaware Basin, Midland Basin. That's all oil production zones that we hit. That's where some of our what we call pay zones for some of this stuff.
Awesome. And where do you mostly work?
So I work all over. I've been all over the field. Right now, I work in Levelland mainly is my main office, and then I have another office that I take care of in Snyder. But generally, I just go all over the place. I was in Hobbs, New Mexico, all day today. So, kind of just wherever they need me.
And today his work interfered with the contractor, so I had to leave work and deal with contractors because he was working.
Yeah,
in Hobbs.
Like
it's that far away or something.
Right. Not Zoom conference.
You can't just drive back, talk with them, and then drive back to work.
I know, so rude. I didn't consider it.
Take my extended lunch break for 4 hours.
Exactly. So I know that Jamie interrupted you with the map and stuff like that. So you were jack of all trades, master of none. The things that you like to do.
I like to harp on the master of none piece because that's definitely true. Yeah, I like doing a lot of things. I'm a big diehard Texas Tech football fan, and even through the worst of times, aka this year.
Hey, let me interrupt you real quick. You know that Scooter Magruder, Joe, that you share?
Yes.
That's Eric. Eric is the white version of Scooter Magruder.
I can't even watch them anymore. I cannot. And it upsets me even when I get the updates from Siri. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is just terrible.
Yeah.
Eric telling us about, I've been all over. I have an office in my bedroom, one in the dining room, and one out by the pool.
Yeah. That's been the past 6 months for sure. In the summer, I'd like to go sit outside for a while during my work day.
Someone was on my meeting this morning, and all we could hear were crows cawing everywhere, and we're like, "Has someone got birds in their house?"
Did you say what in the cemetery is going on?
What in the Black Ravens happening?
Were they saying, "Quoth the Raven, nevermore"?
Edgar Allan Poe, are you here?
Right, exactly. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and then of course they'll have one of the most famous Blackstones on the show here.
It does.
That's true.
It does.
And the videos to
He's
prove
got
it.
supporting videos.
Yeah, your videos are always awesome. I remember the first one, and I was like, "Dang, that was really awesome." And so you had all the. You do it all.
Well, no, I give all that credit to iMovie. They make it super simple.
I thought you were going to say me. I forgot to smile real big. I was prepping.
She was like, "Oh, he remembered me."
Yeah. All right, we'll remember that, Eric. Go ahead.
It's all
Christmas
the
is
iMovie
coming up.
Yeah.
So, Eric, you were telling me some things about oil that I had never known, actually. And you and I were talking about that, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, let's go ahead and bring you on the show and tell us about that." And so,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of the ways we can take that. You could tell us in general those things, or if you want to talk about like the work that you are involved in or supervise, and then kind of work that in throughout that.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Go ahead, Sam.
I just want to preface with this. This will all be first time that I'm hearing it because I'm sure he's told me, but I don't listen. So I'm going to focus today. So if I look shocked, it's because I am.
Okay, I like.
So this is like genuine reactions.
There you go. There you go, Joe.
I'm like,
There you go.
You do that, babe? That's really how it's going to be.
What? How long have you been working in this field, Eric?
I've been working exclusively in the oil industry for about 6 years now.
Okay.
Previous to that, I guess that I should have probably brought this up was y'all were asking me about myself. Previous to that, I was in the military. I was in the Army for 13 years. So.
You were a cable guy too. I remember you coming over and checking my cable one time.
Yeah. So, and, while I was
wearing many hats.
while I was in the Army, I went to school. So I was in and out of college. That's why Sandy says that I should be a doctor, because it took me 6-7 years to graduate.
4 years to graduate from Texas Tech.
So yeah, so one of my gigs while I was in between deployments and school and everything, I worked for the cable company here in town, one of the prominent cable companies. I'd like to help people out with troubleshooting as I had the abilities to do. So
that jack of all trades came in handy for Joe.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
Well,
had the right tools,
Really, all he told me was that it's not working. He confirmed that it wasn't working and that I should probably call. And then I called and I said, "Hey, my stuff isn't working." And they're like, "How do you know it's not working?" Well, I had one of your guys come and test it. Which guy tested it? I cannot divulge that information.
After working hours.
Right? I was like, he was off, and I'm just letting you know that it's not working. Don't try to shoot the messenger, okay?
Right.
I just verified. What I did was I verified that he wasn't getting the proper signal level to his house, and that's nothing that I could have fixed.
Right. Yeah.
So,
but they like to tell you things on the phone otherwise.
So
yeah, those little IT people get testy. Have you unplugged it? Have you plugged it back in?
Is it on?
Did you power it?
Well,
stick it in a bag of rice.
So in their defense, sometimes we would go on some of these trouble calls, and presumably they'd walk through all these. Did you check to make sure that it was plugged in and all that stuff with the customer before? And I walked in several appointments, and it was, I just moved just changed the channel, changed it to the right input, and it started working.
And then he would bill him for 3 hours.
Yeah,
it'd be like $300 later.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, so all Eric is going to do, he's going to tell you, yes, you have several satellites on there. Get those off of there.
$200, thank you.
Yeah, those are standard issue dish network there.
So
anyway,
Jamie.
Back to your essential oils.
Right, sorry. Back
I
to
was
your-
wondering how many times that would come up in today's show. Essential oil. So
and I guess that's kind of a good I know it's funny, but it's also a good segue into the actual conversation,
That's
because
why I did it, babe.
some of the conversation that we had that we had privately the other evening was based on some kind of misconceptions or just unknowns about what what oil provides to us in our current standard of living and stuff like that. So
right.
Actually,
when you and I were talking, I was telling you, I was like, all I really know is oil, like gasoline that goes into my car, basically, and diesel. Like those are the only real things that I truly understand when we talk about mining for oil or drilling for oil or whatever like that. So, but then you dropped up some other stuff that I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And that was the stuff that I thought was impressive. So
right, and so I came up with a list of I say I came up, I pulled it off of a website, a list of 10 interesting byproducts of oil that most people probably wouldn't associate with being or having an oil byproduct in it.
Try us. Right.
Oh, okay. Well, how are we gonna do this? What's that show? Where you guess it, and is it on the list? Then we win the point or something.
It's Jeopardy.
We're
Jeopardy.
only a
Okay.
30-minute show.
We'll be quick, Joe. Why do you gotta be a downer, man? Stanley and I we're trying to have fun with Eric. Come on.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. How do we do this though? We just guess.
So yeah, guess.
All right. You go first,
hint.
Sandy. Oh, good. Yeah, that's good. We need hints.
What does it start with?
How many letters are in it? A.
Apples.
What?
Apples.
No.
Shoot. Good answer, though, Sandy. Good answer. Okay. Give me another hint, because A is really broad.
It is something that you ingest.
What?
Apple.
Applesauce.
Hold on. Ingest.
Air.
No, air doesn't have oil in it. No.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah. So what we should do, Eric, you should pick the ones that we most likely will not guess, which is this one, and then give us hints on it.
Hey, the audience needs to help us out.
Oh yeah.
See, but that's the problem, is because they're pretty random.
Oh, Gabby says avocado.
Yes.
Definitely not.
Carrie says aspirin.
Aspirin. She's right.
Are you serious?
Snap.
Aspirin has benzene in it, which is a byproduct of oil.
I just had to take some benzene earlier because I've had a headache for 24 hours.
That was ibuprofen.
My bad.
Benzene. All right. She also said alcohol.
Alcohol? No.
Okay, so we guess aspirin. I mean, Carrie guess aspirin.
No, I think it was a collective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next one that we totally can't guess.
Number 2 is something that we use for entertainment purposes.
Televisions.
This is PG-13. Y'all keep it real. I mean, keep it 13.
I can say something smart, but then I don't want to.
It's not televisions?
No.
Entertainment.
What does it start with?
Toothpaste.
We'll say C.
Chalk.
A compact disc player.
Oh, that's a good one, Joe.
So yeah, I'm gonna give you partial credit, and I'm gonna just to ease the pain and say it's CD. So CDs and DVDs are made.
But those are obscure.
No one uses those anymore. I don't even have a DVD drive on my computer.
My car doesn't have one anymore.
Right.
Yes, I'm on Sandy's work laptop, and I came to plug it into our network, and it doesn't even have an Ethernet port on it. So.
Really?
Carrie said accessories under the bed.
I was going to mention those, but I didn't want to embarrass him.
Embarrass you. That's Eric's box.
All right. Another.
All right.
Let's do one more.
All right. Another starts with a C, and it's also something that you could potentially ingest, but you wouldn't normally.
Gabby said cards.
Crayons.
Clorox, no.
Crayons.
Chunks being thrown.
Only, yeah, that's if Sandy's throwing it with accuracy.
Starts with a C, and we could ingest this, but we may not, though, right? So,
You can ingest it, but you probably shouldn't.
Chloroform.
I mean, some people routinely ingest it, but they probably shouldn't.
routinely.
Oh.
Chlorophyll.
Chloroquine.
Coca-Cola.
No.
Coconut water.
No.
Crazy.
Come on,
Chicago?
viewers.
Kool-Aid.
You gotta help us out. The viewers gotta help us out here because
Give us another hint real quick, Eric.
Man.
I feel like you were saying we're pretty smart when you said that.
Cocaine.
Crack.
It is something that you always put in your mouth.
Oh.
What in the world?
People. Mouthwash.
How does that start with a C, Anita?
Crest mouthwash. That's what she meant.
Oh, okay.
I
I don't think so.
Okay.
don't know.
We'll just go ahead.
Oh wait, is it a medicine?
No.
Okay. Is it a drink?
No.
Topo Chico?
Topo Chico.
No.
That doesn't
Colgate?
start with a C.
Candy?
No.
Some people regularly ingest it. Okay. I
don't know what else to say. Sandy, come on.
What?
I'm done.
I
I don't know
didn't
what
look at
else.
the list. I never listened to the man.
All right. I think your time's up.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
thank you. Yeah.
Chewing gum.
That's what I said. Candy.
They probably shouldn't.
All you had to say was it'll grow in your tree in your stomach. It'll constipate you.
That's what I was always told.
I know it was going to take 7 years to digest. It'll make It'll make it so you can't poop anymore.
So, chewing gum contains paraffin wax.
Watch your mouth. It's PG-13, she said.
And paraffin wax is a byproduct of oil.
Yep.
Okay, give us the rest of the list.
Yeah, because I'm definitely intrigued by the items you've already said.
All right. So the next is clothing. So anything that you have that's made with polyester is a byproduct.
Joe, you're wearing polyester right now.
I know, Esther.
It's 50-50.
I mean, almost everybody. I mean, unless you're wearing 100% cotton, you're probably got some percentage polyester.
So I got
Polyester's made from oil? That's
oil
crazy.
on me.
Yeah. And trying to hard to read my own writing. Dentures.
Dentures?
Dentures are made with acrylic resin, which is an oil byproduct.
I never knew that. I don't know what I thought they were made out of.
So that's something that people would definitely put in their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
ingest it occasionally.
They don't swallow it.
And they don't swallow it. So, yeah.
I've seen them fly out of people's mouths when they blow the candles on the cake.
God.
All right,
True story.
So next is one for the ladies, lipstick.
Oh.
Also contains
And
paraffin
some
wax.
men.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't know. It's 100% ladies now.
That's mostly for the ladies.
For those who like to use
It also
them.
has horses something or other in lipstick. Just
Feces?
a random fact. Horse hooves. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Because that's keratin.
Horchata?
Or tata.
all right. The next thing is like rugs. Rugs have a lot of nylon in them. Nylon's a byproduct.
Oh.
Dry shampoo. Dry shampoo has
That's always fascinated me.
propelled gas.
What?
Dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo. I'm just like, how are you saying that you're cleaning your hair by putting something else in your hair?
What situation were you in that you experienced dry shampoo?
I have not experienced it, but like my girls have used dry shampoo before. They spray it in their hair and they do this and they're like, it's clean. I'm like, what?
Where does the dirt go?
That is a great question.
So I don't know the answer to that, but I just know that it works. Gabby would like to throw a fun fact at us that mascara has bat poo, and bat poo is also known as guano.
Also, Pet Ace Detective.
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Detective. Say it with me now.
Really, he detested bats.
With good reason.
It's pretty pricey.
Yeah, okay. Next item.
Next, number 9 on the list is kind of ironic. Solar panels. Solar panels, the little solar cells have petroleum byproducts in them.
Really? I just heard last week that they just created a new solar panel that was like 130 times more, retained 130% more energy than any of the previous solar panels created.
So what that means is they put more oil in it.
Probably.
Es posible.
Mm-hmm.
and then the final one on this random list is toothpaste.
I said toothpaste earlier.
We've had people saying Colgate.
But that's not what we were guessing at the time.
Toothpaste has Poloxamer 407 in it, which is a byproduct as well.
Carrie says, easy. This blonde girl gets so greasy you could fry an egg on her hair daily. So I put it in, and it takes the grease out for the day.
The dry shampoo. It's utter magic, I guess, because
you can take the grease out the girl, but you can't take the girl
out the grease.
Out the grease.
So what you're saying, Eric, is that if we went totally away from oil, then it would affect these other products that are in our daily lives all the time.
Yeah. So it's not only these random ones. Actually, I have another. If I was going to see if I could share my screen real quick, I have a little graphic here.
Mm-hmm. PG-13.
Yeah.
So while you're pulling up the graphic, we'll just talk. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Crap.
His screen went black.
Somebody
poured oil all over.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Zoom it.
Okay, so this is everything that one barrel of oil makes.
One barrel makes like one of these things, or all of these things cumulatively? Okay,
Excellent.
so let's go there. Let's see.
All right. So this is a typical barrel of oil. This is one barrel of oil can make all of these things.
Okay.
So make enough wax for 170 birthday candles or 27 crayons.
I was right on the crayons.
You were right. You did say that.
And don't eat crayons, kids. I did when I was a kid.
Pineapple ones.
Distillate fuel to drive a large truck at 5 miles a gallon for 40 miles, or a jet fuel truck, or jet fuel fraction is included. That same truck can run nearly 50 miles. So, and then it also has enough out of one barrel. You can make enough asphalt to make about 1 gallon of tar.
PG-13, Eric.
Don't say ass
language.
Don't say asphalt.
You see the lubricants there, enough to make 1 quart of motor oil out of 1 barrel.
The what? I didn't hear you.
Lubricants.
Oh, okay.
About 1 quart of oil, motor oil.
Gotcha.
And then you have about 4 pounds of charcoal briquettes.
For those of you that like to smoke.
For those smokers in the house.
Every day.
And then it produces enough gasoline to drive a medium-sized car at 17 miles per gallon for more than 280 miles.
Wow.
That's some good gas mileage.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a 55-gallon drum of oil. Is that what?
So
Oh, is that it?
that's kind of a misunderstood fact as well. So a standard barrel of oil is 42 gallons.
Oh,
Really?
Yep.
so they're smaller than the 55-gallon that we're used to hearing about.
Yep. So
Can I just throw in another fun fact here?
Absolutely.
You can also put a dead body in that barrel. And
I knew
store
you
it.
were going to go there.
Store it
Gosh,
for about 30
Andy,
years.
what? Ah,
The people that
I
are
even
moving.
had it in my head, and I was like, "Don't say it, and don't think it anymore. Stop." And then you,
But it's a true story. Watch it on my show.
what is the name of that show? What are you talking about?
Talk sheet.
Always
When do they show?
plugging. We're always closing.
When do they air?
Always closing.
Saturday at 11.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Keep going down.
All right. So real quick.
Then
So
also
all
over
these
here-
things are made out of one barrel.
Yep. And then, so over here on the right side, you also have, liquefied gas such as propane, enough to fill 12 small cylinders for home camping or workshop use.
For our Blackstones.
Good for those
Blackstone.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag Blackstone. You need to come in
Only
here.
14.1 ounce. I think those are just little, little ones.
All those little bad kids Santa sees. He needs more than one barrel. Dang, so Santa must have a production company of oil.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
that? I missed
we
that.
supply Santa around Christmas time a lot.
Wait. Sandy's always talking.
What I do, Anita?
That's
Yes,
what
sir.
she do. That's how she do it.
And then you have nearly 70 kilowatt hours of electricity at a power plant generated by residual fuel. So powering your lights is for 70 kilowatt hours out of one barrel.
Wait, I'm confused on that one. But maybe that's for a different episode.
Well,
What do you mean?
Like a barrel of oil for a
Mhm.
power plant that generates power for us.
Yep.
Needs oil.
Well,
Okay.
so electrical power plants, they convert, different products into energy, into electricity. One of them is residual fuel.
Oh, so they don't just. They're not just like nuclear reaction. They actually do other things.
Oh yeah. So this is not oil, but I guess it's like coal. Like the majority of the power plants in the United States run on coal.
I did not know this.
Most of your energy is coal based, which is fossil fuel. Which I know we're not on that subject. We're just kind of on oil, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, and then scrolling down, this same barrel of oil would also have enough left in it to make this stuff.
Red Solo cup.
135 4-inch rubber balls.
Yep. And then 540 toothbrushes.
23 hula hoops.
11 plastic telephone housings.
So, Jamie, your job for today is I need you to know how many rubber balls, 4-inch rubber balls, can be made with oil. That's what your job is today. So, I need you to calculate that and make sure that you get it done because somebody has to figure this stuff out.
Don't ask me to do nothing.
4-inch. Got it, boss.
65 plastic dustpans and 195 one-cup measuring cups.
Look at those drinking cups. Man, all those drinking games. They're drinking
And
it from
then,
a barrel.
And then my favorite, the 39 polyester T-shirts that say "I love Oil Week."
Do you have a shirt that says that by any chance, Eric?
I do not.
Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't know there was a such thing as Oil Week.
What is Oil Week?
I have no idea.
It's like Shark
okay.
Week.
It's the opposite of oil strong.
Right.
What's Oil Strong?
Take...
Oil Week. I get it.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Hallelujah
my
for Red Solo cups. Amen. Out.
All right.
Sean says, okay, Joe.
Thanks.
And a partridge in a pear tree. I bet Christmas trees do have oil byproduct. Not the real ones, not the real fur Douglases.
So then, all right, Eric. So can you tell us? Do you know how? Can you take us through the life cycle of oil? I guess maybe is that the right question? Like where it's at, how we get it, where it goes, and
Yeah. So
a long time ago, dinosaurs peed.
So
peed.
Approximately 2.3 million years ago, we set in place the process of making fossil fuels by killing dinosaurs.
We killed the dinosaurs?
We sent the meteor to kill the dinosaurs.
The big oil companies killed the dinosaurs for the future
of humankind.
Of America.
So the kind of the typical life cycle of an oil field per se. So how it all started out here in the West Texas area, it got started in the late 30s, I believe, and
late 1930s.
Late 1930s, yes. And
you remember the time, Joe? Remember when they cracked open the basin?
The first oil boom, Joe was there.
Joe was right there, like looking with his camera.
With his iPhone.
Yeah. It was a little box with a little monocle on it. Yeah, there you go. Come back, Joe.
Freaking jerks.
Sorry. I apologize, Eric. 1930s, late 30s.
Do not collect $200. Yeah, so back in the 1930s is kind of when the fields around here started, and so typically it starts off, like everybody, in the movies and everything, everything everybody sees on TV. You drill a standard oil well, just straight hole, straight down in the ground, and typically we're
it looks like the Eiffel Tower.
We're about
okay.
We're about 6,000 to 8,000 feet deep is about where our pay zones are. Where we complete our wells.
Pay zones.
Okay, so once you actually do the drilling and you found the oil, then you actually will put you cap it, or how does that go from where?
It's a pump jack.
The pump jack.
So there's actual several different layers, right? So they'll drill the hole. They'll drill the hole. They'll drill it a certain diameter down, and that area they'll pull out the rod. I'm not a drilling guy.
No.
Probably get y'all's cousin Henry on here. He could tell you. But typically, you take a big, one of their bigger drill bits, drill down the first layer that they go down goes down past the water table,
past the epidermis. Oh, that's a skin layer.
And that's a huge, important thing there, because that's our surface casing, what we call the surface casing, and that is what protects the water supply and the water table from oil in the production. So by regulation, the outermost surface casing has to go down past the water table. So they'll typically drill that hole and then pull, change out their bits, and then drill a smaller hole down to complete the well. And then, once they get all the way down, if it's a conventional well, which a conventional well is just, straight down to your depth, basically, all the way down. And then, once they get all that, they'll pull the drill bit out, and then they'll run in, different layers of tubing, your production tubing, your casing, all the way up to your surface casing, like I say. And they'll fill the surface casing, the outermost layer, with cement to also protect the water. And
so that the water doesn't get into the oil, or vice versa. So that the water doesn't get into the oil, or the oil doesn't get into water and mix with the water also.
Right. Yeah.
Because oil and water don't mix.
Very good, Sandy. Very good.
They do not mix.
That girl. I see why you married her, Eric.
So if I'm imagining this right, so they are drilling, and then they drill a bigger hole and put concrete around it, and then so now they let this oil from down here go up to this spot, and then they pump from this spot up here. Is that right?
No, we're pumping from the very bottom.
You are pumping from the very bottom.
Is it like this, Eric? I found this little picture right here. You see that?
Yeah, that's
is that the water thing up there you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like one of those hair follicle commercials.
That's how they. That's kind of.
It does.
It's just showing a bunch of different levels.
That's
that
the
they're
deep water,
through.
though. Out here, we don't have deep water, so that's not
deep water. Yeah, not here, but
No.
we do have some offshore stuff.
We have playa lakes here.
Playa Lake.
So then the oil is. So I'm wondering where the pump jack comes in, and when the pump jack is going, where is the oil going?
Babe, just move to the pump jack. That's more interesting.
After the well is drilled, and you have all your tubing and everything, all the metal, piping and everything that they put down in the hole to protect the hole, to keep the hole, strong and everything. Then, depending on flow rates and stuff like that, how much fluid it'll produce, they'll either put a what you're referring to as a pump jack on it, and what they do with that is they we call them rod pump wells. So we drop rods, and then at the very bottom there's a pump. It's just a rod pump. You may be able to find like a cross section of a rod pump for a oil well. I'm not sure.
Like that?
Oh, and people, you can't. It's not a good idea to ride on these. Okay.
Yeah, don't ride on them.
It's not good.
And then also those weights that down here, towards the back.
Those right are counterweights.
Those are counterweights. That's what helps, lift the rods. So if you see right here on the front side of the well, that's
the horse's head.
Yeah, the horse's head, and then it goes down, and then about where you see kind of that stuff. Just right above where your finger was pointed. There.
Oh, right here.
That's where your rods that are down in the hole, they tie on to that horse's head, and so the counterweights, pull the rods up, and there's a little kind of a ball inside a pump down at the very bottom, and it rises as it goes down and fills with oil, and then as the rod, as the rod gets pulled up, the ball seats and prevents the oil from slipping out, and it just continuously pumps the oil up into the tubing.
And then the tubing is connected to there's a bigger storage area somewhere on the property.
So and depending on the company and everything that you work on, right? Like it'll go from one of these, and it'll have the tubing will come up out of the ground, and then it'll tie onto what we call a flow line. The flow line goes into a satellite or a battery, or there's.
Babe, we have a question.
For it. Yep.
How much oil do you usually get in a day?
Well, so just
say like from one pump jack.
That varies, greatly. I mean, it all depends on where you're at in the formation and stuff like that. We can get it anywhere from. I mean, we average anywhere from on the low end 3 barrels. That we get like 3 barrels a day out of one well up to
the tiny little wells. They're like this big.
300. Yeah, like this big.
When we're driving by, they look this big.
Yeah, they're like little ones.
But, yeah, and that kind of goes back to the question of the life cycle of the oil field. So when you first drill the well, you're going to get the most. Yeah, we protect the Ogallala over here, so when we first drill the well, it's going to produce the most oil in its primary phase. So right after you're like if we were developing a brand new field, we'd be in the primary phase, and so you drill it, oil typically produces on a curve, goes down. You lose production pretty steadily for the first 7 years, and then you have to go into like a secondary recovery phase where you take water and you start injecting water down into the formation that kind of replaces the oil that you've removed, and helps the oil rise to the top of the formation, and you're able to pump it out. That works for several years to decades, and then after that to increase your production, then you go into a tertiary phase where you inject CO2. So and that's kind of the phase that the company that I work with, that's what we kind of specialize in, is tertiary recovery. So we inject a lot of CO2 and that flushes out. The CO2 is able to kind of get into the porous rock and kind of push out a lot of the oil, force it to the production zones and stuff like that.
And you and I were talking about that a little bit last time, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me.
Like, one kind of misconception is like there's not just a pool of oil, down below. It's all, entrained in rocks and, sediment and all kinds of stuff like that.
And I'm glad you said that, because my mind always thinks, like, did the dinosaurs just decide to like huddle up for warmth together after the meteor hit? And you know what I mean? Like they all died in little graves, shallow graves by themselves. And it's also not oil.
Right. And it's also not just all dinosaur bones, I think that's what they all have you believe, but it's also, in any organic material will eventually turn into an oil. So it's like plant life and
dead bodies.
Probably dead bodies. Yeah. That's what I was going to say next.
Ancient civilizations.
The ancient aliens.
Atlantis.
We're robbing Atlanteans people. They're people. We're horrible.
But so when people say that they're against oil, it's not just the stuff that's used to make the cars go vroom vroom. Right. There's a lot more to it, and it's a lot more complicated than what people think when they say that we need to get away from fossil fuels.
Yeah, and then also it's a huge industry. I mean, so I think it averages out to be, it supports about 5% of the United States economy. And
that doesn't sound like a lot. But
I know you mentioned 5%, you should have said 50, babe.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant.
It's like 90% of stats are made up right on the
spot. How much would you think it would be of the Texas economy? What percentage?
See, now Texas, because from what I remember, I would say it's probably about 40%.
I would say it's like more like 10 to 15. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually 9% of the Texas economy.
No, hombre.
So it employs in Texas alone, at our peak. I mean, just before kind of the economic downturn that happened earlier this year, we had about 220,000 people that worked in the oil industry in Texas. So, I mean, that's a lot of livelihoods that depend on the oil industry, and not only the 218, but their families and everything that kind of depend on everything.
The what?
What's the 218?
To the 208. It was 218,000 people that worked.
Oh, okay.
But he rounded it up to 220 for a dramatic effect.
Because I understand it was like, you should have said 220.
I know.
Right, exactly.
You could feel it in your head, couldn't you?
Watching him.
But and that I'm glad you mentioned that, Eric, because that was one of the things you and I was telling you was like what led me down here, and that's kind of what I didn't tell everyone at the beginning was talking with my friend earlier and hearing, we were having our exchange.
Heated.
Yeah, it's a very heated exchange, spirited exchange. I like that one actually, Joe. That's a good one. But one of the things that out of that conversation that helped me see things differently, though, was that I really, I appreciate my friends, but every time I saw the gas prices go down, while I would be appreciative because I think, it doesn't take as much to fill my car, I started noticing that my friends, like, posts on Facebook, they were saying things like, man, we lost another X amount of people this week, or so forth. And so it came out to just like, so every time the gas prices go down, you guys don't employ as many people? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
friends
yeah,
and people.
and it gets down to a point, right? I mean, there's kind of a happy medium where you can have, relatively, low gas prices, and you can also have a stable industry. But with it being a commodity and it's traded on just whims, kind of, it's traded on sentiment. I mean, and like any commodity, like same as cotton, corn, anything, like if
Gold, silver, platinum.
yeah, if they hear that a hurricane is coming to the Gulf, then the oil price is going to spike, or whatnot.
Right.
And then if they hear that we had so there's a huge oil storage facility in Cushing, Oklahoma, actually the nation's largest oil storage facility, and that's where they monitor crude storage, or inventory. So basically, they look at that level every day, and they expect it to stay the same, or if it's trending down, then the price will go up, and if it's trending up, then the price will go down, and so especially in economic downturns like we've had recently, and you have lower significantly reduced demand. That's what drove to a lot of the downturn in our industry recently, and caused the low price environment and stuff like that. But anyway, I mean, happy to say it's starting to pick back up. We're bringing people back on, so it's looking up. And I think one point that I wanted to make just about the industry in general is that the oil industry, contrary to sometimes popular beliefs, some notions that people have about it, the oil industry as a whole, especially the major companies, are taking steps to help out on environmental issues. We're doing carbon recapture, CO2 recovery. Like we're trying to find ways to capture CO2 coming off of power plants and stuff like that, or to recapture the CO2 that we produce, to re-inject it. It helps us. Helps our economics, our bottom line, to be able to recapture that, and it also reduces the
That's
carbon.
right. You were saying how you grab that CO2 and you pump that back into the well as another like a second or tertiary way to pump the oil from the ground, so we get more of it instead of just trying to spray the water down and we get what we get and then move on.
And instead of having to buy it from, because there are locations where they have wells, and those wells just produce like CO2 instead of oil. And so instead of having to buy the CO2 that those guys are producing, if we can recapture it, and take some, just out of the air, and kind of reduce the percentage of CO2 in the environment,
the impact from drilling for oil,
kind of slows helps the climate change issue, and also helps the economics of our industry as well. So,
well, time flies when we're talking about oil.
Yeah.
Oh. Black gold.
Black gold. Texas tea.
It's actually more like black bronze nowadays, but
is it because we got the darkest of it?
No, because the prices are down.
The prices are super low right now.
I see what you're saying.
Just as a reference, back in about I'm trying to remember, 2014, 2015.
You remember that, Joe, right?
A barrel of oil was just over $100. It was about $104, $105 a barrel. And since then we've dropped, and I think we're trading today about $38 a barrel. So,
oh my,
the price has dropped significantly over the past 5 or 6 years.
Wow. Could I go buy a barrel of oil?
No, that would be creepy.
Actually, you can, and it's a funny story. I know we're a little bit over time, but
it's our show, Eric.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if people remember, but back in I believe it was June, oil actually traded negative for the first time in its history. So,
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
So basically, as producers, we had to pay people to take the oil.
Our
And-
our nalgas were clenched.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people because there's a lot of day traders and stuff like that trade in the commodities, right? And
Yeah, because you only have a finite amount of storage,
right,
and so that's why you're like, we don't have any place to put it, and
Yep.
so,
and
that's
so,
where you go buy the oil, Jamie.
right, and so what happened then was that people got caught right when oil dropped and went down. There's a lot of people that got caught with contracts that they couldn't get rid of, and so they were holding, contracts where they had to take 1,000 barrels of oil or whatever, and it's like, the companies are calling them like, hey, where do you want us to ship this to? It's like, well, I don't have a tank in my backyard, so I can't.
Front porch, maybe.
Will Amazon deliver?
Right, exactly.
I wonder if I could have ordered some oil from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be, to answer your question, it can be a dangerous game, if you dabble in the commodities trading, stuff like that. You got to be aware and make sure
You mean
that
the black market?
you're able to
Dark
unload
market.
the contract.
Man.
I just was curious if I could just go out and buy a barrel. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it after I get it. I'd just be like, yeah, I got
I
a
know
barrel
what
of
you're gonna do
oil.
with it.
Hush,
Well.
hush, Sandy. Good Lord.
You can store it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
All right.
Eric, thanks for coming on and sharing your knowledge about oil.
The
Yeah.
interesting world of oil, babe.
Yeah, somewhat interesting. It can be interesting if you're into that sort of thing.
Right. No sarcasm from this one
Right.
here.
Right, babe. I'm into it. Whenever you're telling me, I'm like this. Right, babe.
I'm so sorry, Eric. Okay.
She's like,
He signed
was
up for this life.
she's like, when's payday?
Yeah.
Right.
She get
Oil.
paid.
Okay. Oil good. Oil's good.
Right. Money better.
Right. Exactly.
So, Eric, before we let you go, we're gonna give you a couple seconds here. We want you to just give you a chance to give a shout out to whatever it is you want to say. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I think some of the things that I like to promote are veterans issues. As I said, I was a veteran in the Army for about 13 years. So, anything that anybody can do, making donations or anything in support of veterans causes, which the Wounded Warrior Project, the Lone Survivor Foundation, those things. Also, the American Cancer Society. We have our family's been touched recently by cancer, and so we just ask for any kind of support that leads to a cure or anything for cancer, and just support those causes. That's all I have to say.
And what's your
What was that
favorite
second
song,
one
Tyler?
again?
Say that again.
What was the second one, or maybe the first one? Wounded Warrior Project, American Cancer Society, and you said one more.
Oh,
Oops. Sorry. That was,
I'm like
I
this.
was trying.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time for me, Eric.
the Lone Survivor.
Thank you.
It wasn't because he wasn't listening, Eric. It's because I removed you from the stream.
All right. I got that put in the comments. So everyone, if you can go, if you feel compelled, any, please, to listen to Eric and go make some donations to any of those 3 projects right there.
Oh, Linda's here. Hi, Linda. She said she has a tiny royalty, and her royalty check was 0 that month, that it went negative.
I bet.
You too, Linda?
You're lucky
I've
they
got-
didn't collect them.
Oh, they were like, we're going to actually need you to give us
You need
something.
to pay us, Linda.
You know,
We're
roll.
not it's not as lucrative as it used to be.
Real
Linda.
quick, Linda, since you're just now on, in my old studio, do you still want that frame? Point at it, Vanna.
He said Vanna.
Let me know if you do, and I can drop it off to you.
All right, Eric, we're going to put you in the green room, but thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Okay, man?
Yeah, thanks, babe.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Pay
Thanks.
us later.
Thanks.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Pay us
Bye.
later. Oh, that's a
Whoa.
great view right there.
That
I
is.
kinda like, all right. Joe was on a show recently where they did this, and I was like, that was one of the things where Josh was kind of like that in a way. for a while.
At the beginning, though. So.
Yeah, and then he fixed it, and then y'all looked good. Y'all looked pretty again. Whoa.
Oh.
Quit playing. Y'all play too much.
Well, everyone, I hope that you feel like enlightened, knowing a little bit more about oil. I really appreciated it. So
I hope that you don't want the oil industry to go away, because that means your Colgate is going away.
And your aspirin too.
Your polyester shirts.
And your polyester. Your asphalt.
And your asphalt.
And your charcoal.
Your aspirin and asphalt. That's so weird.
4-inch balls. Come on, people.
135 of them.
We got to make sure that we save the balls.
Yes. Hashtag save the balls.
I hope they're clean. And so, anyway, we're going off this week, and we will be back next week to hang out with you. One of us will not be here next week, though, so you'll have to tune in so you find out who it is.
Where y'all going?
What's going on?
Where you going? You've already gone.
Right, y'all already went on vacation.
That is unbelievable.
Wait, what did he say?
Is this paid vacation?
I would feel better if Eric would tell us where to sign up for royalty checks.
Me too, Gary.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I didn't think about that one.
That's what we should have started.
Don't forget the Pineapple
Don't forget
Project.
that we have the Pineapple Project, and our Venmo is right there. So you can send some money to the Pineapple Project, and we will get it sent to Christmases for Kids this Christmas and get them some gifts and stuff.
Don't forget
guys,
about
down here.
Sandy's show.
And I'll be here Saturday at 11 talking about the Green River Killer.
Whoa.
Yes. And then Joe will be taking naps.
Yes.
And doing photo shoots.
Yep.
Yes.
And Jamie,
I don't know.
We'll be counting all the money
that's coming in. Yes. All the money are going to be donating to the Pineapple Project. And then
the Strange Connection show on Sunday.
Yes.
They have a great topic. What is it, Jamie?
That's a good question. They're going to be discussing a lot of
Wow.
That's great. So y'all better tune in on Sunday to catch
Tune in on Sunday.
At 9 p.m. Yep. Central Standard Time.
Thank you for doing that.
And actually, they are talking about a healthcare professional about the declining mental health and quality of life with the in-facility healthcare community members. That's what they're talking about.
I just said that just a second ago. I don't know why you're repeating me.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, your audio wasn't
We just
very
paraphrased
clear.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, everyone, we love you very much. And as soon as I can find out what I'm doing over here on the side, I will say, as usual,
remember to wash your hands
for at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know?